The computer industry might be heading toward its biggest budget revolution in years, and surprisingly, Apple could be the company leading it. Over the last few months, people have been talking non-stop about the idea of a low-cost MacBook Neo, a device designed for everyday users who want the Apple experience without spending a fortune. But honestly, that idea opens the door to something even more interesting. What if Apple created an ultra-cheap desktop Mac? Not a powerful Mac Studio. Not even a regular Mac Mini. I'm talking about a tiny, minimalist desktop computer designed for students, families, casual users, and people who simply want a reliable Mac at the lowest possible price. Today, we're exploring the concept of the Mac Neo Desktop, a machine that could completely disrupt budget Windows PCs and Chromebooks if Apple ever decides to build it. Let's start with the current situation. Right now, Apple's most affordable desktop is the Mac Mini, and it's honestly one of the best value computers Apple has ever made. But even though the Mac Mini is small, it's still built like a serious workstation. Inside, you'll find active cooling, larger thermal systems, and hardware designed to handle demanding professional workloads. The Mac Neo Desktop would go in the opposite direction. Instead of focusing on creators and professionals, this machine would focus entirely on efficiency and affordability. Apple could use one of its ultra-efficient A-series chips, possibly something similar to the A19 Pro, allowing the entire computer to run silently without needing a fan at all. That means lower temperatures, lower power consumption, and a much smaller body. Imagine a desktop computer barely larger than an Apple TV, quietly sitting on your desk using almost no electricity. And if Apple made this product, design would obviously play a huge role. Apple never likes making boring hardware, especially for mainstream consumers. So instead of plain black plastic like most cheap mini PCs, the Mac Neo could feature a sleek recycled aluminum body with multiple color options. Silver, blue, starlight, green, maybe even product red. It would feel less like a traditional desktop computer and more like a modern lifestyle device that naturally fits into your room setup. Now some people hear mobile chip and instantly assume weak performance, but that idea really doesn't apply to Apple Silicon anymore. Modern A-series processors are incredibly fast. For normal day-to-day use, they already outperform many entry-level Windows laptops. A Mac Neo powered by Apple's mobile silicon would have no trouble handling web browsing, online classes, office work, video streaming, social media, multitasking, and even light creative tasks. Would it replace a MacBook Pro for professional editing? Obviously not. But that's not the point of this machine. The goal would be to create a simple, affordable Mac experience for millions of regular users who don't need extreme performance. To keep costs down, Apple would probably simplify the ports as well. Instead of expensive Thunderbolt support, we'd likely see standard USB-C ports, HDMI output, Bluetooth support, Wi-Fi 6, and maybe Ethernet for stable internet connections. Basically, everything most people actually use every day, without unnecessary premium extras increasing the price. And honestly, this computer could fit into so many different situations. For families, it could become the perfect shared home computer for homework, streaming, and everyday browsing. For students, it could offer access to macOS at a much lower price than current Macs. For businesses, it could power front desks, digital signs, kiosks, and office setups. And for living rooms, this thing could become the ultimate Apple home entertainment system. Connect it to a TV, pair a wireless keyboard and controller, and suddenly your television becomes a full desktop workstation and gaming hub. One of the coolest things about this concept is portability. Unlike a large desktop tower, the Mac Neo could easily fit into a backpack. Travelers could bring it anywhere, connect it to a hotel TV, and instantly have access to their complete desktop environment. It's a very different idea compared to traditional laptops, but for some people, it could actually make more sense. Now let's talk about the biggest factor of all, price. If Apple reused existing iPhone-class chips and removed expensive hardware components like DISP, lays, batteries, speakers, keyboards, and trackpads, the company could dramatically lower manufacturing costs. That's why many people believe a machine like this could realistically start around $399, or possibly even lower with educational discounts. And if Apple somehow pushed the price closer to $299 for students, this thing would absolutely explode in popularity. At that point, competing budget PCs and Chromebooks would suddenly look far less attractive. The interesting part is that Apple already has almost everything needed to build a device like this. The processors already exist. The software already exists. The manufacturing systems already exist. The only thing missing is Apple actually deciding to release it. And considering how successful affordable Apple products have become recently, the idea honestly doesn't sound impossible anymore. So imagine this for a second. A silent, tiny, colorful Mac desktop powered by Apple Silicon, running the latest version of macOS, consuming barely any power, and costing less than many smartphones. That sounds like a product millions of people would buy instantly. Would you be interested in something like the Mac Neo desktop? And what color would you pick if Apple actually released it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this Apple concept breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more future tech videos, Apple leaks, and next generation device discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.